A lady came running in and screaming at the top of her lungs. Couldn't understand what she was saying, but all I heard was call 911, call 911, and the tone of her voice told me that she was there was something serious going on. Anyway, I don't know what I was going to do, but I ran to the front doors, you know, thinking maybe I can help. I expected to see somebody having a heart attack or maybe somebody hit by a car. Honestly, I had no idea what to expect, but I totally did not expect what I did see, which was a man walking across the parking lot with his arms up and his hands out, walking very slowly, engulfed in flames. Flames were 3 feet high. I mean, he was engulfed in flames. The fact that he was still walking was shocking. I was running out to help, and there was a bunch of guys, I mean, probably 5 or 6 guys, very brave of them, because the flames were not something to be messing with. They started swinging like their coats. I think one guy had a blanket from his car. At one point, which seemed like several minutes later, I think it was probably only 30 seconds, the gentleman fell down on his back, and they put out the flames finally. But meanwhile, like 20 feet to our side, you could feel the heat. His car was engulfed in flames. The flames were 10, 15, I don't know, 10 feet out of every window. I mean, it was going up in a blaze. I started like dialing 911, and then I was like, what am I doing? There's people talking to 911 right next to me. I called my wife and was trying to explain kind of the situation and what was going on. Just, you know, I guess maybe talking to somebody makes it feel like it's actually happening. It was very surreal. So my wife was obviously upset. She's like, how is he? Is anybody with him? And honestly, I was in such a state of mind, I wasn't even thinking. I turned around, and the man was sitting up in the parking lot. His clothes were completely burned off. His skin was completely burned off. And there was a couple of guys, probably 15 feet to the side, taking videos and pictures of him. And I was like, my wife was right. You can't let somebody suffer alone like that. So I went out to kneel down next to him just to be with him until the medics showed up, offer some support. Obviously, I have no medical skills, and he was in such a state that I couldn't have helped him anyway. So I knelt next to him. He asked me, he goes, I want you to take a video of me. I have a message I want to get out. And I said, no, I can't take a video of you. It just didn't feel right. And he asked me again, I can't remember how he phrased it, but I was like, all right. And I started fumbling with my phone. I honestly couldn't find video on my iPhone. He started talking to me before I even started the video, and he was telling me that the FBI had been harassing him for 11 years. And that they call him all hours of the night, they don't let him get jobs. And obviously my first thought was, this guy's not right mentally. I mean, maybe he is right. He certainly believed it, and he believed it to the extent that he would set himself on fire. So I was sitting next to him for, it seemed like forever. I think we tried to do the math. It was 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And he was calm as can be. I just couldn't understand how he could be so calm and collected. There were explosions in his car to the point where, I mean, it was scary. I know I've seen a TV show where they talked about, do cars explode like in the movies? I honestly couldn't remember what the answer was. So I backed around a car. I was still talking to him. But I asked him, I'm like, do you have ammunition in the car? Because what's the bang? And he just looked at me, he's like, no, that's the gasoline that he apparently used to catch himself on fire. So I talked to him for a little bit. I think I had videotaped maybe a minute, and he was just he believed it so hard that he was being followed, and I felt awful. I said, I'm so sorry. I just wish you could have done something different to address this. He's like, I've tried everything. So anyway, my takeaway from this is that we obviously have a mental health crisis in the country, in the world for that matter. I believe this man obviously slipped through the cracks somewhere along the line, and I think we need to start doing what we can to help these people, and honestly, to take the stigma away from reaching out for help, for mental health. I don't know the answer, but I know we need to start doing something.